Once I hit you with that back space, you ain't coming back. No control, all delete you, give me space like that. Hit you with that back space, you ain't coming back.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Entertainment Created, the channel where you let us know what we should or shouldn't be playing baseball interactions down below. Today I'm checking out the Playdate. Crank your way into a new way of gaming. I wanted to do another review. We did last week, we did the Analog Pocket. You guys seem to have liked that review, so maybe we'll do another one. Maybe we'll do more after this. Maybe we can even do some old retro devices, what I think of like the Nintendo or something. I don't know. But anyways, this one's about the Playdate. I picked this up probably around the same time as the Analog Pocket. I was just kind of looking for devices to kind of get me through the pandemic. Something that was just going to be easy pickup, mess around with it, put it down, get back to something else, right? They both arrived roughly around the same time, so it did take me a long time again to get this for the same reasons. This was a different company dealing with problems with the pandemic, with parts and such, but I finally got it. Comes in a nice nifty purple case, but it's yellow, matching the decor today. But the whole thing about this that makes it unique is it's got this crank on the side. I'll open this up. And so it's got a crank on the side that allows you to kind of, I don't know, articulate it in a different way other than just the buttons. You got standard A, B, your D-pad or analogs, but that's why I kind of got it. I was like, this is unique. This is something, like, is this going to power it on? Is it going to be like WarioWare type games where you're interacting with it based upon this? And the answer to that is yes and no. So I'm going to get into the pros and cons of it, and I'll talk about that a little bit more as I go. But pros for this device is small, super small, fits in the pocket really nicely. Also on top of that, the manufacturing is extremely solid. You would think that this crank is like crappy, but no, it's solid and slides right into the side there, so it keeps it like not gonna like catch on anything in your pocket. So it's very well made. And then also it's got an amazing battery life, an absolutely amazing battery life. You'll charge it one day and then you're good for like an entire week, or at least I am. Maybe people out there only a couple days, but for me it's an entire week. That's my main ones for the pros. But the cons are a little bit different. Oh, it's a pro and a con, so I'll go into it in a second. But another thing for the con though is I don't know if you can see that from there. There's no backlight at all. And I think that's kind of like, again, it's a pro and con because it works into, just a second ago, I talked about the battery power. So the battery power goes extremely long because there's nothing to push other than the display itself. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. Maybe if you're like more someone that likes towards the Game Boy, then it's going to be something that's perfect for you. But if you're like more Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advanced, you're going to be like, what the heck? But the other thing is, when I was talking to you about the game with this crank, you do have a lot of games that are not utilizing it, which I think is kind of sad. And I really was looking forward to that, but you're having a lot of RPG-esque games, a lot of arcade titles that are more using the D-pad and the A-B buttons. There are times where you could use the analog, or not analog, but this crank on the side, but it's just better to use these if you want to try to get a better high score. But there are some that use it, and it's phenomenal. When you actually find those games where you're utilizing the crank, you're just like, this is what it was made for, and I love this. Game-wise, that's where the plus or minus comes from. So I just told you about how there's not a lot of games that actually use that little gimmick on the side, but you do get like a season pass. So every Tuesday is an opportunity to open up a new game. It's exciting. It's kind of like on the Xbox when you have release day, either for Game Pass and such like that, but you get the same thing over here on the Playdate. So each week I'm finding a new game, and just this past week, I couldn't even tell you what the name of the game is. It just looks like an eyeball that's just looking around. That game's amazing. That game uses the crank, and it uses it in a very unique way, which is awesome. It's all about these moving circles, and you're a small ball inside, and you have to exit that circle and move it across the path. It's phenomenal. So I'm enjoying the crap out of that, but there's other ones that are RPGs that I'm not really kind of enjoying and that kind of sucks. Not to say that I'm not an RPG fan, but I think when I'm wanting to, I guess, play games on here, I want it to be arcadey title. I want it to be based upon this little gimmick on the side. I don't want something that's going to have me there on for hours and hours and hours. And I think, in my opinion, the devs should more focus on those type of titles, the arcadey type titles, like the pick up and goes. You know, something that's not going to draw you away for too long. But it's greatly priced. I'm going to flash the price down below. I think the only other con that I thought about it was, when I first bought it, I thought it might be a cool thing to kind of play with a partner. I haven't found a single game that has any multiplayer aspects to it. So if there are multiplayer games, let me know down below what your favorite multiplayer game is, so I can try that out with the people around me. But that's kind of what I thought about for the Playdate. Would you pick this up? Or are you going to go with something with the analog, or stick with your Game Boys? Let me know down in the comments down below. I really do appreciate you guys giving feedback in any way, shape, or form. But until next time, whether you guys are online or offline, stay focused, get yours. See ya!